Attorney Melvin Matibag, Director of the National Bureau of Investigation. Welcome to the interviewer. Maraming salamat, Melvin.
Tito Boy, maraming salamat. I'm excited to be here.
You had an interview kung saan may mga ilang bagay ang ni-raise mo. Katulad na lamang yung paglabas ng 18 ex-Marines.
That's right.
So, ang aming unang tanong ay, sila ba'y para sa'yo ay bayaran o legitimate na mga witnesses?
Well, we are under investigation. Inimbestigahan po namin. I was very clear po, Tito Boy. Nung sinabi ko kanina, mayroon pong lumabas na testigo na nagsasabi na yung 18 Marines ay inalok ng 5 milyon bawat isa ni dating Congressman Mike Defensor. Kaya nga po nag-issue ako ng subpoena kay Mike Defensor at doon sa taong pinanggalingan na kasama sa bahay nitong testigo na to para magbigay linaw po.
Okay.
Para malaman natin.
So, under investigation ito. So, ibig sabihin, kung mapapatunayan na sila ay tumanggap ng bayad, that makes them what kind of witnesses?
Well, yung witness po yan, wala pong credibility yan. So, hindi po pwedeng tanggapin dahil ibig sabihin, walang katotohanan yung kanila pong sinasabi.
Melvin, itong kaguluhang ito, kaming mga mamamayan, ang dami naming nakukuhang balita, hindi lamang sa social media, pati na rin sa radyo at saka sa traditional media. Sa palagay mo, paano namin malalaman kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo at kung sino ang hindi dapat namin paniwalaan?
Well, mahirap po talaga para sa mga ordinaryong mamamayan, pero pwede po natin namang mabalidate. Dapat po, yung sinasabi lagi, very basic, dapat may resibo, may ebidensya po. Kagaya po nung sinabi ko na hindi ko po inaakusahan na si Mike Defensor nagbigay ng 5 milyon o talagang magbibigay. Pero meron po akong hawak na ebidensya, may testigo na nagsasabi na siya ang nag-alok base sa pag-uusap niya doon po sa kanyang kasama sa bahay. So dapat po tingnan nating mabuting ebidensya. Nakakatakot po ngayon sa social media, Tito Boy, kasi ang dami-dami ng akala mo totoong abogado, akala mo totoo yung sinasabi. Ako na nga po mismo, minsan pag tumitingin sa Facebook o sa TikTok, pag nakita ko, totoo ba talaga nangyari to? So kailangan po nating mag-fact check, tingnan po natin.
Yes or no? Will you subpoena Mrs. Nancy De La Rosa?
Well, hindi po. Actually, ang decision na po ngayon ay magpadala po ako ng liham sa kanya kasi ang rason lang naman po para po kinontemplate. Ang term ko po nun, I'm contemplating to issue a subpoena para magbigay linaw po doon sa binasang text message ni Senator Cayetano, Alan Peter Cayetano, na sinasabi na nagpasalamat si Nancy De La Rosa dahil nakatakas. Escape po yung ginamit na term. Si Senator Bato, gawa nung pangyayari nung sa yung pagbabarilan po doon. So, ang inimbestigahan po namin dito, yung anggulo, kung ginamit ba yung question na yon para makatakas talaga si Senator Bato.
In your appreciation of the stories you've gotten, ano ba talaga?
Well, ang honest assessment ko po, hindi pa po opisyal, pero ang tingin ko po parang sinadya na magkaroon ng ganong sitwasyon. Dahil marami pong mga circumstances na nagtuturo na hindi dapat ganon yung nangyari. Unang-una na po, nakita naman dun sa mga video, itong si General Aplasca, nagsuot ng full battle gear, nag-lock and load ng baril at sinabi may aarestuhin. So, ibig sabihin, nung nag-lock and load ka, there is the possibility na talagang magkakaroon ng enkwentro at barilan.
Walang provocation?
Wala pong provocation. Malinaw naman po yung mga lumabas na CCTV na yung pong aming ahente na nag-iisa ron, may kasamang isang volunteer at lugard, ay nakatayo lamang sa parte po ng GSIS at hindi sa Senado.
So, isa lamang yun?
Isa lang po yung
Hindi
may hawak
grupo
ng
ito ng NBI agents?
Hindi po. Meron pong deployment ng NBI sa GSIS pero nakatoka po sila sa iba-ibang lugar, iba-ibang floor po. 29 po yung total na pupunta doon.
But there were agents in the GSIS building na katabi lamang ng Senado.
Tama po.
Kasi kung naalala ko, Melvin, itong mga buildings na ito ay dating GSIS building ito eh. Buildings.
GSIS compound po talaga lahat
Tama.
yan. Nangungupahan po ang Senado, doon yung building na portion nila. Pero pag lumabas ka doon sa pintuan po, leading to the GSIS building, that's already GSIS property.
So your official position is that may presence ng NBI agents, pero the presence had nothing to do with the Senate.
Tama po. Sa GSIS po talaga at ang reason po na nandun kami, there was a legitimate request from the general manager
Of GSIS.
Opo, si GM Vic Biloso para magpunta po kami ng mga ahente para tulungan sila sa seguridad po at pagbumonitor po ng kabilang.
Seguridad dahil sa mga kaganapan sa Senado.
Opo, dahil umaga pa lang po ang istorya po ni GM Biloso, ay labas-masok na ang mga taga-Senado doon po sa compound, sa building ng GSIS.
Ang warning shots ni General Aplasca,
Tama po.
ay hindi in response to a threat.
Wala pong threat or aggression. Nung ang istorya po, base na rin sa investigasyon po ng CIDG, nung pumasok po doon, binuksan yung pintuan ng Senado leading to GSIS po, nakita niya na may nakatayungan na lalaki na yung NBI agent po namin, na may hawak na barel, may nakasukbit na barel, hindi hawak. Hindi naman po nakatutok towards him. Nung nakita po ni General Aplasca na may barel, inutusan niya itong NBI agent na ibaba yung barel. Sumagot po yung NBI agent, NBI ako. No, na hindi niya binaba yung barel. Nung nakitang hindi binaba yung barel, nagpaputok na siya ng 3 warning shot. Nung nagpaputok naman po ng warning shot si General Aplasca, nagpaputok naman po ng cover shot na tinatawag itong ahente ng NBI. Ano ibig sabihin po ng cover shot is para makaretreat siya. Hindi po itinutok yung barel. Kaya nga po, actually, yung ballistics report po, lahat ng bala galing ng Senado papuntang GSIS po.
Nasaan ho ngayon ang investigation tungkol dito?
Well, sa ganang amin po sa NBI, we already submitted po sa DOJ dahil meron pong itinayong task force ang DOJ to investigate itong nangyari na to. At kami rin po, isinabit namin immediately sa CIDG yung aming report at nagsubmit din po kami sa physical and verbal examination po sa lahat ng CIDG operatives po na nag-iimbestiga.
Melvin, klaro lamang, ang NBI as an agency ay walang kinakampihan dito sa dalawang grupo sa Senado.
Wala po. Ang amin po rito is to promote what is legal, law and order po tayo, kung ano po yung tama, kung ano yung nasa batas, yun po yung aming susunod po.
Is that sunrise or sunset?
I like sunrise.
Bakit?
Well, ibig sabihin, it brings new hope, may pag-asa po tayo.
It's a new beginning. Your favorite color?
Blue.
Bakit?
Atinista po tayo.
Boxers or briefs?
Brief.
Pinaka-corny na pick-up line na ginamit mo noong bata ka pa. Mrs. Tabi-tabi po.
Kumain ka na ba?
At pag sinabing oo, anong sunod na linya doon?
Magkape naman tayo.
When was the last time you cried, Melvin?
Well, yesterday po.
Bakit?
Because I went home na tulog na yung mga anak ko. That's actually the sad part of my job when I leave home na tulog sila at darating ako na tulog sila.
Nagko-complain? Nag-verbalize ng complaint ang iyong mga...
Well, nakakatuwa po kasi naiintindihan po nila, even in their young age.
Oo.
Yung ages sila, I have 12 po, 7, and 5 years.
I can imagine the pain.
Well, that's right.
Lalo na yung katahimikan. Lalo na pag hindi nagsasalita ang mga bata.
Buti naman po at nagsasalita sila. So,
Oo.
I make the most out of it during Sundays po. I
Oo.
spend time with them.
That's good. The last time na napatingin ka sa isang magandang babae, Congresswoman, pasensya na po.
Kanina po, nung hinatid ko sa airport si Congresswoman, siya lang po yung tinitingnan ko, Tito Boy.
At talaga, maliban kay Congresswoman, wala naman.
Wala na po akong maalala, Tito Boy.
Okay. Yes or no? Kumakanta ka ba sa banyo?
Opo. Yes.
Your favorite song?
With or without you.
Wow. Bakit?
I don't know, for some reason. Because I like you too. That's my favorite band.
Bono.
Opo.
Would you like to do a few lines?
Wag na, sir. baka malugi yung show mo, Tito Boy.
Sinigang o adobo?
Sinigang po.
Pag walang tao, sumasayaw ka ba mag-isa?
Yes, Tito Boy.
What kind of dancing do you do?
8-8. Yeah.
Paboritong artistang Pilipino?
Babae po ba o lalaki?
Babae?
Bea Alonso.
Lalaki?
John Lloyd Cruz, syempre.
Wow. Ang iyong paboritong pelikula?
Yung pelikula ni Basha at saka ni Popoy, One More Chance.
Pag may free time, Netflix o tulog?
Netflix.
Pag ikaw ang NBI agent na nag-iimbestiga sa sarili mo, ano ang matutuklasan mo?
Na I have a soft spot pala sa aking puso.
Which is?
Well, I cried easily, Tito Boy.
Love letter or text message?
Pag sinabi ko love letter, parang matanda na ako, Tito
Okay
Boy.
lang?
No, I like love letter.
You
No?
like
I think
writing?
my wife will be happy to receive a love letter.
Ganun ka nanligaw? Bahagi ang pagsulat?
Pagsulat,
or
saka
mabulaklak ka? Or marigalo ka kay Mrs. noon?
Parehas po. Parehas. Tsaka talaga, I talk to her every day. I'm driving from, she lives in the south, I live here in Ortigas. So, papunta sa kanya, kausap ko siya, hanggang pa uwi, I'm talking to her sa cellphone. No? So,
Bilang asawa, ikaw ba'y malambing o nonchalant? Ikaw
malambing
ano ba?
po, Tito Boy.
In retrospect, when you think about the PDP Laban controversy, yes or no, was it worth it?
I think it's worth it. I have good people around that time na nakasama ko.
Ano ang leksyon na natutunan mo noon?
Well, hindi lahat ng nakakasama mo ay makakasama mo for the rest of your life.
Is it a difficult thing for you to say goodbye?
Mahirap po. Yes, Tito Boy.
Lalo na yung moment na yun, nung naghiwalay yung Kusi at saka yung Pimentel faction.
Yes, Tito
That
Boy.
must have been very difficult.
Very difficult because Senator Pimentel is our ninong, Senator Cusi is also our ninong sa kasal. So they're all my friends. And the guy who's in charge of Coco Pimentel, si Ron, is a good friend of mine. So mahirap po, Tito Boy.
Oo. Pero pag binabalikan mo ngayon yun, what comes to mind?
Well, sana hindi nangyari na nagkahiwa-hiwalay. And the good thing, Tito Boy, I'm now again friends with Ninong Coco Pimentel and Ron Monsayak. We're good friends.
Gaano kabilis ikaw mag-decide as a leader?
Well, sometimes it took me seconds or minute. I'm very decisive, Tito Boy.
Describe your leadership style.
Well, I listen. I'm listening.
Okay. You build consensus.
That's right.
You collaborate with your guys.
I like collaboration.
Anong sinabi ng iyong mga anak nung nalaman nilang ikay magiging NBI director?
Well, they're rooting for me. They're saying, we'll be praying for your safety, Daddy.
Ilang bodyguards meron ka?
Ngayon, I have 5. Dati, ako lang mag-isa, nagdadrive ako.
Bakit 5 na ngayon?
They asked me to have that so many bodyguards. Pero, Tito Boy, you can ask them. Pag late sila, iniwanan ko sila, nagdadrive ako mag-isa.
Pero yung trabaho mo ba, marami kang death threats?
Wala naman po,
Wala naman.
Tito Boy.
Okay.
We will not consider na death threat yung mga pagbabasa atin sa social media. But that's okay.
Okay. Yes or no? Natatakot ka ba para sa pamilya mo?
Opo.
Because of your job?
Yes, Tito Boy.
And how do you assure the congresswoman and your children in this context?
Well, I talk to them regularly. Ako, sa kasi congresswoman, bago matulog, nag-uusap kami. We assess the day. At pagising namin, nag-uusap pa rin po kami tungkol dyan.
Ano ang pinakamasakit na sinabi ng tao tungkol sa'yo? I mean, talking about bashers.
Well, when my wife is being accused of a crook politician,
Doon ka pumapalag, no?
tama po.
Oo.
When it's my family, medyo iba, Tito Boy.
You're sensitive.
Oo.
Pero yung tungkol sa'yo, ano yung ikinapikon mo talaga na sinabi sa'yo?
Dating, Tito Boy, I can take anything. Kasi I came from a family na very simple. I grew up in the street, Tito Boy.
Oh.
Hindi po kami pinanganak na mayamang pamilya, Tito Boy. I came from a family, we're 7. My parents they are both guru po, tapos naging government workers po.
That's right.
Oo.
Kasi narinig ko ang iyong ama ay nagturo ng high school.
Ama po, sa ano po, Claro M. Recto.
Tama.
At ang nanay ko po sa
Pilaes.
Pilaes Elementary School.
Oo. May kaibigan ka ba na nawala dahil sa politika?
Meron po.
And
Marami
that's
po.
sad, no?
That is very sad, Tito Boy.
Oo. Dahil lalo na noong itong mga nakaraang taon, maraming mga magkakapitbahay, magkaibigan, magkakapamilya
Nag-aaway.
na humintong mag-usap-usap na nag-aaway dahil sa politika. Your take on this?
Marami po, Tito Boy, at nakakalungkod po. Dahil supposed to be dapat na yung politika unites people because dapat isa lang yung direction natin which is what is good for the people. Dapat po ganun.
Oh. Melvin, ano ang iyong reaksyon pag sinasabi ng iyong mga critics or bashers, let's say, dahil dati ka nanilbihan kay Presidente Duterte and then you're now working for President Marcos. You're called, words like mercenary, turncoat,
Balimbing.
balimbing.
Opo.
Oh. Ano ang iyong reaksyon?
Well, if you will look at my track record, I served so many president po. At ako po, pag tinignan nyo naman, initially, hindi naman magkalaban ang Marcos at Duterte. Magkasama po yan eh. So when I was offered by President Bongbong Marcos na magtrabaho po, tinanggap. Ibig sabihin, tinanggap na magtrabaho po rito. Eh, nakita natin na ang gusto niya unity eh. And looking at the track record, probably.
In front of the mirror, humaharap tayo sa salamin araw-araw, anong sinasabi mo sa sarili mo?
Gawin mo yung tama sa araw-araw.
Pag uwi sa bahay, anong unang ginagawa mo?
Hinahalikan ko po yung aking mga anak at yung asawa ko.
May gusto ka bang sabihin kay Pangulong Duterte, given the chance?
Siguro po, he made his time, so tibayin niya yung kalooban at harapin ko yung kanyang dapat harapin ngayon.
Kung makakaharap mo ang batang Melvin, ang batang upper Anong sasabihin mo sa kanya?
Well, galingan mo lalo pagdating ng panahon.
Gawin natin ito, inspired by your family name. Matitibag o hindi matitibag. Online scams.
Matitibag.
Illegal gambling.
Matitibag po.
Isamong.
Matitibag.
Pogo operations.
Matitibag po. At patuloy namin tinitibag ganyan.
Kidnap for ransom syndicates.
Matitibag po.
Suspects hiding abroad.
Hahabulin at matitibag. Matitimbog.
Matitibog. Carnapping syndicates.
Matitibag po.
Illegal firearms trade.
Matitibag po.
Cyberbullying.
Matitibag.
Identity theft.
Matitibag.
Bank fraud.
Matitibag po.
Loan shark apps.
Matitibag po.
Child exploitation online.
Matitibag po.
Illegal recruitment.
Matitibag.
Human smuggling.
Matitibag po.
Fake news.
Matitibag po. We have down already about 4,000 fake accounts in collaboration with the Meta tsaka CICC.
Corruption sa NBI.
Tinitibag ko na po.
Wala kang nakakaaway? Marami kang nakakaaway?
Wala naman po so far. Actually, yun, my first day, Tito Boy, nagdeklara ako na no take ang NBI po.
And so far,
So far po, wala naman ako naririnig. May mga ilan-ilan po.
ang NBI ba mismo matitibag o di matitibag?
Di matitibag. Magtatayo po tayo ng NBI Academy at imo-modernize po natin. I'm talking po to BCDA asking for 100 hectares of property para tayo po ng NBI Academy.
Saan ito?
Sa Clark. Hindi na po ito yung parang 6 months lang na training. We will put full courses po for NBI, specializing probably on cybercrime, forensics, enforcement, iba-iba pong kurso na pwedeng mag-pursue ng higher job.
UST or Ateneo?
Well, mahal ko po parehas, Tito Boy. Ang hirap naman po ng choice na yan, Tito Boy.
You don't have to. Michigan or Manila?
Manila po.
Dean or director?
Mahirap din, pero director, I'm enjoying it right now.
Right
Mahirap,
now.
pero
What makes you enjoy your job?
Siguro po, yung katawan ko is for law enforcement talaga. Let me share this to you if you'll allow me, Tito Boy. Nung ako po'y pumasa sa bar noong 1997, 1 week after kong pumirma sa role of attorney, sa NBI sa Top Avenue po ako pumunta para mag-apply na NBI agent. Pero hindi po ako nagtuloy dahil medyo nabuli ko nung in charge dun sa recruitment. Kaya nung napunta po ako ngayon dito, mukhang it's God's hand na gusto mo pala ng law enforcement, in God's perfect time, I will give it to you.
Pero paano mo ngayon maiiwasan yung mga karanasang ganito na walang mabubuli na nag-a-apply lang naman doon, you know? I mean,
We have to professionalize it, Tito Boy. Pinoprofessionalize po natin yung recruitment.
do you tell this
process
story sa iyong mga...
Sinabi ko po, nung
tao?
unang araw ko po, ikwento ko po yan. And in fact, hinahanap ko yung tao na yon para makausap ko po sana. Pero wala na po pala siya sa
Paano
NBI.
exactly ang bullying?
Well, nalaman ko na wala palang atinista, isa lang pala yung atinista na abogado na nasa NBI. So parang they don't like yung atinista. At that time po, no?
Okay.
So parang sabi niya, hindi mo siguro kaya to, porti ka ba pumasa ng bar at atinista ka, abogado ka. Akala mo magiging NBA agent ka na. So medyo sabi ko, mukhang hindi yata professional itong napuntahan ko. So I ended up na practicing as a lawyer.
Pero ang take-away ko, ganun ka-powerful ang pakikipagrelasyon, ang words. Kasi
Opo.
tumatatak yun eh.
Tumatatak po,
Di ba?
Tito Boy. Pero at least nung napunta po ako, that is a redemption. And
Right.
alam mo, Tito Boy, meron po kasing culture na sinasabi, pag outsider ka, naging director ka, medyo may resistance.
They raised that with you.
Yes, pero alam niyo po, Tito Boy, since day one, hindi ko po naramdaman yon. Parang ang naramdaman ko, I'm part of them, I welcome ako na dumating doon. At sinasabi ko nga, ang naging natatanda ko yung words na sinabi ko na, yesterday outsider ako, but today na nagsimula ako, kasama niyo na ako, kaya lang one day pa lang ako.
Your fondest memory as a teacher, as the dean of the college,
Lyceum, alam po.
that's right.
Well, masaya po ako kasi na ako nag-start yan eh. So, ang siguro isang pride ko po dyan is we started with, again, dalawang klase po kagad. Yung mga bagong law school po will start with about 25 to 30 students. I started with 52 students po.
Oo.
So, and they were very proud na ako yung dean nila, even before po tayo na nag-NBI. Because I go down to the community to recruit the student. So, siguro po yung pinakamaganda kong memory dyan is when I recruited someone na parang the same background ko na nanggaling po sa medyo hindi magandang lugar.
Sabi mo nga, laki ka sa kalye.
Opo.
Anong bata sa kalsada ang nasa puso mo pa rin?
Well, kailangan po matibay talaga yung dibdib mo, ano po. Hindi malambot man yung puso ko, I easily cry, but when it comes to challenges, kailangan tapusin natin po yung mga pagsubok na yan.
Classroom or courtroom?
Classroom po.
What is it about the classroom?
Because yung pong communication mo, you're learning from somebody sa kanila na tinuturuan mo sila, but without them knowing, you're learning from them also.
Sa pananamit, casual o formal?
Casual po, nahirapan nga po ako ngayon dito boy na kailangan formal po tayo.
What kind of a childhood did you have?
Masaya po. Masaya, mahirap, pero masaya dahil I remember yung mga laro po, yung mga naging kaibigan.
Katulad ng?
Basketball lang po kayo, okay na. Ngayon, yun lang yung laro natin. Ang pustahan nyo lang, yung tubig na nasa plastic, okay na. Competitive. Siguro yun kanina, yung competitiveness po sa kalsada, that's something that I learned from where I grew up.
Early morning or late night?
Early morning po. Morning person po ako, Tito Boy.
Pero wala ka rin choice, no? Umaabot ka rin sa madaling araw
Opo.
minsan.
Okay naman po, Tito Boy, as long as it's worthwhile na may nagawa ka po.
Biggest stress reliever?
My wife and my kids, Tito Boy. No question po yan.
Love or money?
Love.
Bar exams or court appearance?
Court appearance na lang, Tito Boy.
How
Ayoko na-
exciting is that? Yung court appearance.
Well, it gives me the adrenaline. Because I like arguing, kasi that is something na nakipagtalo ka, pero yung walang sakitan, walang personalan, because there are rules, there's a judge who will,
Right.
will give order to what's happening.
Chat, GPT or library?
Library na lang, Tito Boy. I grew up in the library, Tito Boy. You know why? Because ako siguro yung naging abogado na 5 libro lang nabili. Because
couldn't afford to buy books.
I cannot afford to buy books. So, sa library ko, maaga kong papasok kasi pag nakuha na iba yung libro na gusto mong basahin, maghihintay ka na lang. So, I grew up po yung library ko talaga doon talaga ako nag-aaral lang po.
When was the last time you Googled yourself?
Matagal na. Mga 3 months ago siguro. Dito.
What keeps you grounded?
Well, I know where I came from, Tito Boy. Never kong inisip na malaking tao, even anong position po yung nabigay sa atin. I will consider this as a gift to you na hindi naman dapat na ikalaki ng ulo mo or anything, Tito Boy.
Paano ka magdasal?
Well, quietly po. Quietly, minsan kahit nakahiga ako, but in my mind, I'm talking po. But sometimes when I go to church, talagang medyo doon, I will sometimes cry praying, Tito Boy.
Merong dating pananaw na nakakabawas ng tapang at pagkalalaki ang pag-iyak. Your thoughts?
Hindi po, para sa akin, hindi po. Because it shows your emotion, your toughness also. At saka, maganda po yung pampalinis ng mata yung pag-iyak, Tito Boy.
You're a father, Melvin. You're a husband. You're a lawyer. You're a public servant. But the question is, who are you first?
I'm a son and a brother to my sisters and my brother and a son to my parents. And ngayon, I'm a father to my beautiful kids and a husband to my beautiful wife.
Most beautiful woman aside from your wife?
Well, si Bea Alonso na lang para hindi magselos yung asawa ko.
Ito na may mapanghas na tanong. Melvin, your favorite sexual position?
Tito Boy, napayuko naman ako eh. I have to ask my wife also, Tito Boy.
I will take that. 1 to 10. 10 being the highest. Gaano ka katinik? Noon.
Baka mga 7 lang, Tito Boy.
1 to 10. Gaano ka ka-sexy?
Gayon, Tito Boy, parang 5 na lang yata.
Bratinela o maganda?
Maganda, Tito Boy.
Gaano ka katapang?
Matapang na matapang, Tito Boy.
Melvin, gaano ka kayaman?
Saan po? Sa kaibigan? 10, sa kaibigan.
Sa yaman, how much are you worth?
Well, I think compared to a lot, baka 3 lang, Tito Boy. Yeah.
Government service or private practice?
Well, government service.
Kasi pareho mo ito pinagdaanan eh.
Opo.
Oo. Government service dahil
There's a certain fulfillment eh. Parang may saya ka na nararamdaman pag may natulungan ka eh. So, you know what, Tito Boy? You will be surprised if you go to my office mula umaga, yung tao, pila talaga. And harapin ko po yan. Galing sa opisina namin, galing sa labas. Especially those people who will take their chance para makausap lang po ako. So, bibigyan ko po ng pagkakataon yan. I feel fulfilled pag umuwi po sila na masaya.
at saka hindi ka makakalimot na at one point pumunta ka sa NBI at nabully ka. Yun ang maganda
Tama po.
dun eh. Kasi
Tama
babalik
po.
at babalik ka na
Tama
yung
po,
karanasan
Tito
na
Boy.
yun.
Kasi
Diba?
you know, Tito Boy, it's so difficult for somebody na humingi ng pabor at ng tulong eh. Kasi dalawang bagay yung pupunta yan, Tito Boy. Pagka hindi mo natulungan, parang failure for them. Pag natulungan mo naman, nahihiya sila kasi parang ginawan mo ng pabor. So mas mabuti na siguro, you make them feel na you really want to help them.
In times of crisis, do you attack or do you wait?
I wait and think before I attack.
Public speaking or private strategy meetings?
Private strategy meeting.
Most important lesson you learned from Secretary Cusi?
Well, be humble.
Ambush interviews or press conferences?
Ambush interview, I like it better.
You like it better?
Yes.
Ang iba umiiwas sa ambush interviews.
Well, for me, it will make you. If you can get away with an ambush interview, ibig sabihin,
You can do
you
anything.
can do anything.
Trust and competence or experience?
Trust and confidence.
Dahil yun ang dalawang salita na ginamit ng presidente when you're appointed to your position.
That's right.
Talk about it. Why do you think did the president talk about trust and competence?
Probably yung background ko po na siguro may vetting process naman po at nakita naman siguro yung ating pong pinanggalingan. You know, Tito Boy, I mean, modesty aside, you go to all the agencies na pinagdaanan ko and I'm sure you ask the people there na tayo po ay talaga namang nanungkulan po ng tama doon.
Reform the NBI or defend the NBI?
Reform.
What has been the biggest reform
Well,
that you did for the NBI?
The promotions that I did in the first 100 days, 169 promotions na marami po rito yung magre-retire na next year or 2 years from now. Ang sinasabi ko palagi, nag-qualify naman sila sa initial process of vetting. Ibig sabihin, qualify din sila for me to promote them. And bigay na rin natin sila sa kanila to have them their confidence at the same time to make their family happy because after working for a long time, meron naman silang reward.
Melvin, meron bang lumapit sa'yo after having been promoted and told you the story or thanked you emotionally dahil sa napakahabang panahon they were invisible?
Marami po. Meron po. Actually, nung nagulat ako, may mga nagkaroon po ng video greeting, kinikwento po nung isa na na-promote na mag-retire na siya in 7 months, hindi niya naisip na mapupromote pa pala siya.
First 100 days as NBI director, hindi ka pa napapagod?
Hindi, for some reason, Tito Boy, hindi po. Every day is a new challenge for me and I do things day by day, Tito Boy, because ang paniwala ko, I will always treat my day in work as my last day. Kasi you never know, tomorrow kung hindi ka na dyan, at least nagawa mo yung tama.
Can good people survive in government service?
Well, yun po yung kailangan. Mabubuting tao po
Oo.
sa government service.
Sa taong bayan na hindi masyadong pamilyar sa NBI, paano mo maipapaliwanag in the easiest way na maunawaan ng NBI at kung ano ang kanyang ginagawa sa sambayanan?
Nandito po ang NBI to promote law and order. Yun lang po, ganun lang po kasimple. I think right now, with what happening, the social media, Tito Boy, yung social media natin ngayon, it created some sort of chaos. Parang ang daming nag-aaway dahil nakikita sa social media. So gusto po natin, ibalik natin yung disiplina and law and order po.
Yung first 100 days mo as NBI director, ano yung mga highlights na naganap?
Well,
Arrests, investigations?
on my first week po, meron kami na-arrest na Korean national. This is something very special kasi po, parating yung presidente ng Korea and one of his requests na sana pagdating niya, itong taong to maaresto. Because this person, nagbibideo siya, nagbablog siya, and showing that vlog to Korea.
Yes.
Na parang ini-encourage niya yung mga fugitives doon, yung mga criminals doon. Punta kayo ng Pilipinas kasi look at me, I'm a fugitive sa Korea, pero dito masarap yung buhay ko. But on my first week, na-aresto po namin yon and yung presidente was very thankful. The ambassador sent me a letter na thanking me for apprehending that individual. So, isa po yun sa highlight.
Ano pa,
First few week. Tapos, very, very close to me is, nung sinabi ko talaga, yung USAID po, yung online sexual abuse and exploitation of children. Isa po yan talaga sa advocacy ko. Because my wife also, that is her advocacy. So, meron po kaming mga nahuli na minors, na-rescue. Actually, hindi huli. We rescued the minors. The sad story is yung parang pinakang pimp doon yung sa grupo, yung ring leader na nagtatransact for sexual favors is also a minor.
Okay.
She's 14 years old and she is pregnant. So, malungkot po. Kasi hindi naman sila, walang criminal responsibility because of the age. So, those things, ang message ko talaga, yung mga parents, kailangan bantayan natin yung mga anak natin.
Okay. Within your first 100 days, you also did your testimony with regard to the impeachment trial of the Vice President. How was that experience?
Well, ako naman po, yung akin naging testimonya is base na po doon sa mga dokumento at ebidensyang nandoon na bago pa po ako dumating. Kaya a lot of people, akala po nila ako yung nagkaso kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Yun pong mga kaso na yun, November pa po nakapile sa DOJ. Ako lang po, bilang director, ang obligasyon ko ay sabihin, itistigo ko kung ano po yung aking nadatnana na findings po ng NBI investigative body po noon.
Within the first 100 days, the controversial audio recording also came out between you and your friend Mel Sabio.
That's right.
Na ngayon ay kaibigan mo na at kayo nagkabati na.
Actually, nung nangyari rin po yan, magkaibigan kami. It's a conversation po ng magkaibigan.
Na privado.
Nag-aaway. Privado po yun. Privado yung conversation na yun. After 1 week, nag-usap po kami. Balik ulit kami sa relasyon namin. At hanggang ngayon, magkaibigan po kami.
Okay. When you left the Duterte camp, did you have a conversation with the former president?
Sumulat po ako. I send a letter na nagpapaalam ako na ako yung magre-resign. Yung reason ko po sa resignation na nilagay ko naman po doon sa liham ko.
May samaan ng loob.
Ako po wala pong sama ng loob. Kahit po kay Secretary Cusi being the one na siya.
Na-intriga ka ba?
Marami po. Marami po.
Was that one of the reasons why you left?
Well, meron po akong pinaniniwala ang prinsipyo na hindi na-aligned sa gustong gawin po ng partido.
And that was the reason why you
Yun po yung
eventually
pinakang
resigned.
reason on. And also, again, go back that I want to protect also my wife because my wife belongs to another political party. Para sa akin po, hindi rin magandang tingnan, hindi naman po ako politiko at that time, na mag-maintain pa ako ng isang political party na hindi po kapartido ng aking asawa.
Has anyone tried to bribe you, Melvin?
Meron po.
Meron.
Meron po.
Story. Kwento.
Well, matagal na po nung ako'y sa airport pa po.
Oh.
Nung general manager po ako.
Ano to? Pera? Tawag? Emissary?
It's a big project. It's also a huge amount. Pero sabi ko talaga na I cannot do this because sinabi ko kay Secretary Cusi noon, siya yung pinalitan ko ng GM, if I will do this, parehas tayo makukulong dito.
Oo.
Yeah.
Ngayon bilang NBI director, meron ng sumubok.
Wala pa po.
Dahil pa iimbestigahan mo.
Huhulihin ko po agad.
Melvin, meron ka bang kinatatakutan?
Diyos po. Actually, it's not more of a takot, but it's my way of respect na lagi alam natin, sabihin natin that God is watching. Saka, siyempre, yung asawa ko po, takot po tayo dyan sa asawa ko.
Talking about social media, is social media good for democracy?
Well, it's for me 50-50. It's how we use it and how we accept kung ano yung pumupunta sa social media. Kasi meron pong mga abuse And tapos I will be hearing na yung democratic process, yung freedom of expression, nakikirtail, pagka ganito. Pero there should be rules. Kailangan po may rules para naman po magkaroon po ng balance.
Bali, naniniwala ka that social media use can be regulated.
Dapat po.
What will make you resign as NBI director?
Right now, wala po ako may isip dito.
Okay.
I feel that I'm a man in ambition right now.
Marcos o Duterte?
Marcos.
Bakit?
Well, hindi po ako talaga, actually, I have to contextualize this. Hindi po ako original na Duterte. I campaigned for Mar Rojas. Mar Rojas was my president at that time. I'm the one handling Region 4A. I was with the core group. So, gusto po talaga ng si Mar Rojas. But after the election, I was recruited by the Duterte administration to be part of the administration, particularly Secretary Cusi and former Speaker Bebot Alvarez.
Okay.
So, doon po ako napunta na Duterte. Kay President Marcos po, I've seen the personality of the President, very professional. At mahal po niya yung bansa. Kita ko po sa kanya yung pagmamahal sa bansa, in direction niya. Yung siguro, parang naririnig niyo, sobrang siyang bait, hindi siya nakikipag-away.
Okay.
So, it's his way of public service po.
Did President Marcos ask you to prove your loyalty?
Wala po siyang ang sinabi lang po, gawin mo ng tama yung trabaho.
Name one person from the Duterte camp that still takes your phone calls.
Wala na po tinatawagan sa kanila. But I'll take their phone calls po. Pag may tumawag sa akin from Duterte's camp, kakausapin ko po.
In an interview before, you were quoted to have said that you were protecting the Duterte legacy.
That's right.
So is it Duterte legacy or the mandate of President Marcos?
Ako po kasi may believer of a mandate. Whoever is the president elected by the people, kahit hindi ko po binoto, my tendency is to respect because that is the mandate given by the people.
Did you vote for President Marcos?
Yes, opo.
Okay. As a leader, would you rather be feared or respected?
Siguro respected kasi natatakot na sila sa akin So, yung respect kasi, it entails also, sundin ka ng tao pag nire-respeto ka nila.
Harry Roque, is he a colleague or an adversary?
He's an acquaintance, Tito Boy. So, I know him. Hindi naman din po kami close nung panahon na nung kay Presidente Duterte.
Madriaga, credible or incredible?
Well, for me, he's credible.
Law or justice? Pareho ba ang mga ito?
Yung law is what was codified. But justice, that is something that is dapat nararamdaman ng tao na nakikita at nararamdaman.
International Criminal Court or Philippine Supreme Court?
Supreme Court. Because can I explain that?
Yes, please.
When we signed the Statute of Rome in 2011, there is Article 2 in the Constitution, and there is the principle of indoctrination under the public international law. Pag sinabi pong doctrine of operation, yung mga treaties, mga organizations that we are part with, we are a member that we are signed, somehow we surrender something to that institution, the ICC. So, when we signed the Statute of Rome, ibig sabihin, inadapt natin yung ICC as part of our judicial process.
Okay.
There is a recognition. So, it's not an international court. Dahil nung pumirma tayo doon, ibig sabihin, pinapasok nila sa ating sistema.
Ang debate nila sa kabila ay sinasabing, I'm talking now about the arrest warrant para
That's
kay
right. Opo.
Senator Bato. And even kay for President Duterte, this was raised na, okay to from the Interpol, hindi naman pwedeng Interpol huhulihin. Kailangan dumaan ka sa local court.
Tama po. Kasi ang namimiss natin dyan, ang sinasabi kasi nila, international court yan, so you follow the procedure of deportation, extradition. So dadaan ng local court.
Pero hindi
ang-
pwedeng
ang gina-
extradition, Melvin, because ISIS is not a country.
That's right. Dahil nga po, ang point nga natin, I agree with you kasi ang sinabi nga po natin, yung ICC, when we signed the Statute of Rome, we surrender
Yes.
somehow our jurisdiction at pinasok natin sila sa ating judicial system. So, of course, the Superior Court will be the Supreme Court. So, kung ano yung magiging interpretation nila. Pero ang sinasabi ng ICC, surrender, hindi extradited.
Right.
So, surrender. Because, kaya nga po yun yung term, because there is this doctrine of incorporation na pag pumirma ka, yung mga process na yan, pumapasok sa sistema na rin natin.
Madalas ini-invoke ang 9851, RA 9851, Principle of Complementarity.
That's right.
Ano ang relasyon nito dito sa ating pinag-uusapan?
Well, yung may mga crimes na nire-recognize na dapat, yun na, surrender na. Yun na yung pinag-uusapan mo na hindi na dadaan doon sa process ng extradition po.
Itong kaso ni Senator Bato de la Rosa, from the point of view of NBI, nasaan ito ngayon?
Well, we have to enforce the warrant. There is no TRO or status quo ante from the Supreme Court. Ibig sabihin po, the warrant of arrest is valid and legal and that can be enforced by the law enforcement agency.
Ito from a layman, dahil hindi nga nag-issue ng status quo ante,
Ante-order.
ang ibig sabihin ay free kayo
Free to arrest Senator Bato.
until the Supreme Court
Rules
says otherwise.
Opo.
Rules otherwise.
Opo.
So yun ang status ngayon.
That's right po.
Okay. What defines a man? Private words or public record?
I think both Tito Boy. But for me, it's important yung private record mo because you cannot lie to yourself. So kung ano yung pagkatao mo, dun lalabas yan
Oo.
But who will be the judge, Tito Boy? That's the question.
Melvin, justice or mercy?
Justice.
Paliwanag mo nga.
Well, yung mercy kasi there's emotion but yung justice kasi, ibig sabihin you have standards na dapat yun yung ibigay mo. Pag mercy parang meron kang awa So kahit na sometimes it's not morally wrong or legally morally right or legally right, parang you just give in because you want to be merciful. But justice, there's a standard na malinaw po dito.
In one word, describe yourself as a husband,
Loving.
as a father.
Loving.
Describe yourself as a son.
Respectful.
1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Gaano ka katakot kay Mrs.?
10, Tito Boy. Nabubuko tayo rito.
Complete the sentence. I am Melvin Matibag and I am
A person who loves everyone, Tito Boy.
dasal o pangarap mo para sa Pilipinas ngayon.
Well, I want everybody to have peace of mind and at least comfortable life for the Philippine people.
If you could undo one decision that you made in your career, not necessarily as NBI director, name one that you regret.
I don't regret anything, Tito Boy. That's not for me. Kasi para sa akin, everything is, there's a good side of it. It's a learning experience for me, Tito Boy.
When everything is stripped away, sino si Melvin Matibag?
I will still be Melvin Matibag, Tito Boy. I'm not defined by a title. That's why I don't want to be called attorney or director. Melvin Matibag.
How do you want people to remember you?
Well, somebody that care for them.
Melvin, is that lights on or lights off?
Oh, Tito Boy. Sabi ko na nga pa eh.
Is that sex or chocolates?
Well, Tito Boy, can I do both?
Yes,
I have chocolate while having sex, Tito Boy.
Best time for sex.
Early morning, Tito Boy.
Yes or no, Melvin? Does size matter?
No, Tito Boy.
What matters?
It's the feelings that matters,
That's
Tito
right.
Boy.
Last question. Write your epitaph. How would that go?
Well, I just want my name there, Tito Boy.
Melvin,
Melvin Matibag, and let the people imagine who am I, Tito Boy.
Melvin, maraming salamat.
Salamat, Tito Boy. Ang hirap mo naman. Sa lahat na nag-interview sa akin, ikaw pinakamahirap, Tito Boy.
Salamat, salamat.
Hi, people of the Philippines and people of the world. Hit the button below and you will be subscribing to the Boy Abunda Talk channel on YouTube. Let's keep talking. Kaibigan, tuloy ang usap.